Hey guys, I thought I'd throw a quick video together here, show you what I got going on out here in the woods, see what's happening. So I show you guys a little bit of what we're cutting. We're cutting a bunch of hemlock that you see in here. It's got a full stocking of everything that you could think of. We got white birch in here. We've got maple, we've got black birch, plenty of hemlock in here, and some oak. You can see some oak over there, nice stick of oak. And I'm just going to show you a little bit about what's in here and what I'm going to do and what I have been doing. So the white birch, I mean, it looks like it's fully stocked in here, right? The white birch, look at the white birch. If you could see it here, it's starting to die right off. A lot of the white birch in here has died off and reached maturity. It's not much good. And we know the hemlock in this area, it's either got shake in the butt, really heavy in limbs, or it's diseased. It's got the adelgid in it, and it's going to die really soon. All right. Now this piece has been cut off about 10 years ago. Somebody cut the grade out of here. I just high graded whatever was in here. Oh, look at this. A cavity. Somebody's home right there. That kind of reminds me, we live in a cavity too. We live in an artificial cavity. This one's a natural one. All right guys, hold on a minute. I gotta take this call. All right guys, here we go. Back at it. So you see what we got? It's fully stocked, as I was talking. It's got everything you could want here. Oh my word, hold on. All right, we're gonna try it again and see if we don't get interrupted again. So you see it's fully stocked with everything that you could want. Nice oak in here, occasional nice oak, because you could see somebody was in here logging. They took out the rest, the best of it about 10 years ago. They came in here and took all the best of it, the veneer that they could find. So what's left isn't really of great quality, but it's not bad. So, but this is what they did do. So now that we've seen the forest, right? We've seen the forest. Let's go take a look at the individual trees. All right. So here's what we got going on here. We showed you before the white birch, right? The white birch. This one's still alive. The next one over there. That one's not. That top's dead out of it. And look here, he came by with a skidder. He hit that, bumped it up. So that's got to come out. The hemlock's coming out, right? That dead top, that one's coming out of here because that one's pretty much dead. This oak right here, well, we're gonna have to cut this one down because it's been bumped. It doesn't have anything of good quality in it. Firewood market, a low grade market is non-existent pretty much. Let's see what else we're gonna cut. Let's see, did he save? Oh, he ran it with a cable skidder, so you could see they bumped it up again in here. And you got plenty of maple in here. Oh, see, there's another white birch. You can see the top up there is pretty much had it. So the white birch is coming out. The maple's coming out. The black birch has got cankers on it. Let's see if you can see some of that. Some cankers up there. And what else we got in here is a tree that once it starts, boy, you can't stop it. It's really tough. See this right here? This is a beech tree, and this beech is just it's only good for pallet wood, right? And once it starts, it'll sprout right from the roots. So I cut these wherever I can, and I get them out of here. And you'll notice that this place is just full of mountain laurel, and the mountain laurel in here is tough. It gets even thicker than one of the last jobs I was on. So mountain laurel grows in low light really good. Give it a little bit of light and it just explodes, right? And there's nothing you can do about mountain laurel. Nothing you can do. It's gonna keep coming back. But you could tell the difference when we walk over here. See, the hemlock stand was really thick. It's holding it down because there was just no sunlight getting there. But right in the skid road here, you could see it starting to pop up. So you can see what I'm doing to cut, you know, the trees that I'm gonna cut. I'll walk you over and we'll go see what exactly I did cut and why I cut it. And hopefully it'll all sprout right back up. It'll come out pretty decent, I hope, in 20-25 years or so. So we know we're taking the hemlock out. The hemlock's gonna die. I didn't take it all out. And what I'm leaving behind is some really nice young oak polewood, yellow birch, white pine if it's here, I leave that behind, and some hemlock it's got some value to it with with habitat value for birds and whatnot. All right, so here's a nice stick of oak that we're leaving. Here's another nice stick of oak right here that we're left. This one, that's definitely a saw log, but we're gonna leave it just because there's not much around. Right here, another 10-inch piece of oak that we left. And you can see I left a smattering of hemlock out here. Even though it's gonna die, I interspersed it with oak. Another nice oak right here. And you can see a white pine over there. A couple of oaks I left, hemlocks I left there. Some oak, another piece of pine. I also left some cherry that I found in here, some young pole stalk cherry that I left. But this piece was actually a pasture slash hayfield. Who knows when. It was a field a long time ago, and it grew up into oak. And somewhere in the 60s, very early 70s, they cut off all of the oak that had grown up from that field because it was prime ground, prime ground for it to grow. It was hot, right? Because it was a field. And when they finally stopped haying it and putting cows or sheep on it, it grew up into oak. And it's kind of interesting, you know, they cut that oak off and then they cut it one more time, 10 years ago, and you've seen what's come up. And it's kind of interesting to see what the old farmers did, right? They came across the big rock like this. So you see this rock right here, the big rock? Well, I've been coming across piles like this everywhere. So they'd pick up the stones and they'd throw them on top of the rocks that you would find out here. And that way they kept the fields clear of rocks, right? So I just thought that was kind of cool that they had done that. And that I've been finding those piles out here all over the place. There's that one. There's a few more out here somewhere. But I see, like every couple acres, every acre or so, I find a couple of those piles out here on the ground. So and we find that. So here's that hemlock I showed you that we're saving. All right, that's really good habitat for the birds. And you can see just a green everywhere that I smashed down on the ground. All of the mountain laurel that's out here, I just been trying to crush it down because it's everywhere and it is thick. But you can see all the nice stuff I left. Another nice oak, another nice pine, another younger pine right there. A couple more. Some nice young oak here. A black birch, we left that. So we just been taking out all of the garbage. And that's why low grade markets are so important. Chip markets, so important, whether it's biomass or clean chips. We got to keep them, and hopefully they'll stay around. I don't know how that's all going to work out, but we just got to keep those markets. Hopefully they'll stay here in Massachusetts, even though it's so the biomass market is fragile right now, right? You're getting basically just under 25 bucks a ton for it, and there's nothing we can do about it except just keep hoping that maybe it'll survive, so we can keep moving this low-grade material and moving it out as firewood or whatever the case is. So here's another something I saved. Nice, a nice white oak right here. I saved that, and a few other things I saved out here were some den trees for the squirrels, woodpeckers, you name it. I tried to save something for them to have some habitat with. And we also made some piles for habitat. Check it out for the rabbits. It's getting sloppy out here. Right here I got the stripping off the hemlock tops and limbs, right? Pile them up. So the red-tailed hawks or eagles, I mean, we're close enough to the Quabbin that if the eagles are coming out this way, it'll be great for not only songbirds out here now, but for the eagles and the red-tailed hawks to find prey. Now that all the mountain laurel's been smashed down, and you can see it thick in here, really thick. And we've just saved all of the nice oak, anything that would turn into something, we saved. So I thought you might appreciate that. And then of course, with the Raleigh head and the flail, we're bringing the material out here, or leaving it out here. The limbs, you're gonna have your coarse woody debris out here, and you're gonna have your vital nutrients that are coming off the tops, off the green of the trees, the bark, and the cellulose. You know, that's basically heading right out as chips. But you got everything else that's got nutrients in it that we're putting right back down on the ground out here as we're chain flailing. So I thought you'd appreciate that quick video. And you can see the frost is coming out of the ground. It's touch and go right now, really touch and go. Next week, 60s and 70s, guys. Middle of February. A little bit of snow coming this weekend, but we shouldn't be seeing 70 degrees. There is no consistency, is there, left in this weather pattern that we've been in the last 3 years. Pretty bad. So anyways, guys, there you go, a little something of what's going on, checking out the trees for the forest. All right, see ya. Hey, I thought I'd also show you the skid road and how we're protecting the skid road here too. You can see we're putting all the chain flail debris back down on the skid road, and even though there's a little bit of slime on top right now. That's all right. Yeah, we'll mix up that dirt with it, right? And it'll be a great seed bed again, as you can see. Now, I also wanted to mention, as you look out through here, right? It's all that 10-inch, there's a piece of cherry, all that 10-inch oak, cherry, and pine that I left. You got nice yellow birch right here. That, you know, I also cut down anything that was of value to the landowner to get him some money. And, you know, there's nothing that's going to be harvested here for another 25 years. And I'm a firm advocate of going in and cutting a piece heavy and getting all the garbage out. Anything that's not valuable, that's not going to turn into something valuable, get rid of it while you have the market. And then stay off the site for, you know, 20, 25 years and let the next crop mature. And my reasoning behind that is you're going to have, number one, less stand damage when you're running this big equipment around. Number two, you're going to increase the value for the landowner because you're not going to damage as many trees. Number three, when you do cut and there is a huge volume of timber to come out, the logger is going to be willing to pay more for the timber, rather, you know, because there's going to be more per acre for the logger to get, rather than running around for 1,000 feet per acre and traipsing around and wasting his time running from here, there, and everywhere to get some wood. And another point to keep in mind, I think number 4 now, is that the less times that you move, the less chance you have for moving invasive species from one place to the next. So those are some of the reasons why I feel cutting a job heavy and staying out of the site for an extended number of years, some people may say 15, 20, 25 years. You know, some foresters don't like it because every 5 or 6 years they want to go back to the landowner, cut a little wood out so that they can charge the landowner for that process, for their fee. So some guys, you know, they have that clientele and they want to rotate through that all the time, right? They want to rotate because it means constant income for them. And I'm not going to fault them for that, but I am going to say that I think it's doing the landowner a disservice when you can't extend that and increase the value for the landowner, to the landowner. So that's just my thoughts. Those are my opinions, guys. I'm sure I'll hear something about it, and I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts were on this video, and how you think I cut it, and why I cut it, and you know, give me some feedback. Tell me what you think. See ya.